Israel, it's that time again. The ISUPK, under commanding General Yahana, presents the Lord's 57th annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th annual Passover, April 4th, 2026, in Houston, Texas. All Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under commanding General Yahana. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Train for war, men of war, and warlike apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us. Watch where you stepping.
La Yashala, which means to Israel. Imagine Wapani Akwadam, which means to stand and face the east. We are going to get into the Lord's Prayer in the English. All right. The Lord's Prayer, that's like it. The Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shekah, Yahweh, Malakwaka, Taba'ah, Ratazaka, Hayah, Asha, Barataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Thundanawa, Lakam, Kaliwan, Wasalaknawa, Kabawatnawa, Kasalaknawa, Kabawat Slaki, Kabawat Yanawa, Wala'a, Taba'a no, Vanessa one, Abal, Kabashayanawa, Mayan, Ra, Kaya, Ka, Amalakwa, Ra'ala, Rapara, La Alamyu, Aman. In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever, so be it. Amen. Akak, the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Babakashai, Nathananaw, Akak, La Ra'a, Kal Makala, Kal Malawa, Akak, La Tahar, Hamatazari, Akak, La Hakim, Hamathi, Akak, Arakawat, Hatima Alam, Garsha, Bashim Yahushai, Duwada Aman. In the English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits to cast them out. In the name of Yahushai, thank you, so be it. Bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Barak Lanawa, Wayasha'ala, Wahabayah, Saparia, Barak, Bashim Yahushai, Duwada Aman. In the English, what we just said was, Lord, in the name of Yahushai, bless us in Israel, in the school, in the name of Yahushai. Thank you, so be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayanya, Al-Haryam, Ma'ayan, Yava'ah, Azariah, Ma'ayim, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Warakaza, Ayadan, Lamawat, Regalka, Al-Yanawam, Shamarka, Hana, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'a, Yashan, Shabamar, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazaka, Ayah, Yamyaka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'a, Yakakak, Wayarak, Layala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makara, Yashamar, Atmapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar to the Atha, Wabawaka, Mayatha, Wa'ai, Awalam. Psalms 121 in the English. I will lift up mine eyes into the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help coming from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in, from this time forth and even forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, Al-Dami Al-Ka, Al-Takarash, Al-Tashakwa, Al-Kayahana, Al-Wabika, Yahamayawan, Ra'ash, Al-Amaka, Yawayawa, Sawadat, Wayathat Yatazawa, Al-Tazapawanyaka, Amara, Lakawa, Unakakidam, Goya, Walaaya Sakar, Shamya Sha'ala, Iwada, Kaya, Nawat Hazawa, Laba, Yakadwa, Auyaka, Bariath, Yakaratu, Ahoya, Alawam, Vaya Shama Aliyam, Mawa'aba, Wagaria, Gabal, Wamawan, Wamalat, Palashaf, Am Yashabi, Tazawar, Gamashawa, Nalawa, Imam, Hayawa, Sarai, Labani Lawat, Salah, Ashalahum, Kamadian, Kasaya Sara'a, Kayabi, Banakol, Koyashwan, Nashamatwa, Bayandara, Hayawa, Daman, La Adama, Shatanwa, Nada, Yamawa, Kaira, Wakazabat, Wakazor Mana, Call Nasir Komba, Ashar, Amara, Narasha, Lanawa, Af, Naawa, Alahayim, Alahaya, Shatanwa, Kagogala, Kokwach, Lapanya Ravaka, Ka'ach, the Baria Ira, Wakalaba, Dalahat, Harim, Khan, Dardatma, Vestibrika, Wabasu Pathka, Dalahum, Mala'a, Panyahum, Kwalawan, Wayapa Kwashwa, Shaka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Wayapahova, Ayai, Wayakaparwa, okay, Wayakaparwa, Wayakabadwa, Wayakaiwa, Kaya Athat, Shaka, Yahawa, Labaka, Al Yuwan, Al Kaharatizar. Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee are lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off for being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they are consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites, of Moab and Hungarians, Gabal and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines and the inhabitants of Tyre, the shore also joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot, Salah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Caesarea, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kisan, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth, make their nobles like a rib, and like Zeb, yea, all their princes as Zabah and as the moon, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession, O my power. Make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth wood, and as the flames of the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Lord. Let them be confounded and troubled forever, yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. ISBK power structures. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth and all things living, Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shai, listen to us now, right now. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the heathen that speak against us, thy prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers in the school. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the heathen, and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel that refuse to give to the school. Force the riches to enter thy sanctuary. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the Edomites and the nations and the drug dealers, the court system, the prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, Hazi Kamatazi, the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, Nazi space programs, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street, open up the internet and the airwaves, the cable access channels and the radio channels. Convict the spirit of any thy people that seek to stop us, and bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way, or try to stop us to broadcast your words throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plague shake the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahweh Shai, Michael and Gabriel, come down with flying swords and punish all the heathens that come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all that is the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you always. So be it. All right, Sar, which means to turn. Yeshavium, which means to be seated. All right. All right, Most High in Christ. All right. First things first, I do want to say Shalom. Yahweh Shem Yahushua Barakatah to the brothers. Shalom Yahweh Shamar. Allah Shem Yahushua to the sisters. All right. I am Priest and Officer 5000 Maccabia out of ISPK, Minnesota. Of course, under Commander General Yohana. 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. All right, to be exact. As you know, every single Saturday, Lord allow, we have what is called, the Sabbath service, which is very traditional and a part of the culture of so-called Black, Latinos, and North American Indians. Okay, and of course, if you have any questions or concerns, you can type it into the chat. We are live all over social media. All right. So the purpose, once again, of the Sabbath service is just to, just to get back into our culture. Our culture is, reading into our records, which is the Bible. If you do not know, most people look at the Bible as just a storybook, when the Bible is a prophetic book with records. It's a blueprint for a specific people, and that's God's chosen people. And in that very book, we dive into the scriptures and we break it down, not only in English, but also in our native tongue, which is the ancient Paleo-Hebrew, because that is our original language. The language that we speak today, as far as English, Spanish, Patois, Ojibwe, and other languages, is because of the many captivities that we were subject to. Even like right now, we live all four corners of the earth. We are scattered people, but we speak different languages that are truly not our own. It's someone else's, and that's because of our captivities. So we go back into, our culture, the things that are not being rehearsed, the things that are not being taught and passed down. That's what we do here in the Israelite School of UPK, all right, which is universal practical knowledge, all right? You may call yourself a Mexican, a Latino, you may call yourself all these things, African American, you're Haitian, you are Dominican, you are, a Seminole Indian, you are a, North American Indian, but the fact of the matter is you are God's chosen people. You are made of 12 tribes, and 12 tribes is what you should really identify yourself as, okay? Because we're only African Americans and Mexicans and, Jamaicans based off of, again, our captivity. So that's what we get into. We get into our culture. You see that I'm wearing a garment, right? This garment right here is, part of our culture with the fringes on the seams, the border of blue, all right? When you go into the scriptures, you see that men of the Lord wore this type of apparel. When you look at the native Indians right now, when they have festivals, it mimics exactly what we see in the scriptures, because they are God's chosen. They may not know it, but they kept pieces of their culture. They just probably don't know the full scope or history of it. All right. And this class is just to, get into that and show you who you truly are. So Numbers chapter 20, verse 2 through Numbers chapter 20 all the way to chapter 21 is where we are going to read on. All right. Read to. Give me a second. Oh, Most High in Christ. All right. Cool. All right, Most High in Christ. All right, Salaki. So that's what we're going over today. If anybody has any questions or concerns, please type it into the chat. Otherwise, let's get right to it. All right. First, we are going to read into the Hebrew, and then we are going to translate it into the English. anytime you speak more than one language and you are speaking to an audience of people, it's always great to translate so people understand what you are saying, where you are coming from, especially if you call yourself a teacher. All right. So let's dive into it. Give me one moment. Let me see. So we are in Numbers chapter 20, verse 2. All right. All right. All right, let me get back there. Numbers chapter 20, verse 2. All right, this is Numbers chapter 20, verse 2 in the ancient Paleo Hebrew. All right. Wala'ah, haya, mayam, la'ada, waya kohowa, al, masha, wa'al, aharan. Verse 3. Wayarab, ha'aim, aim, masha, wayamarwa, la'amar, wa'alwa. Salaki. Gawaiwa. Bagawai. Aqua. Lapanya. Yahweh. Walama. Habatham. Ath. Kahol. Yahweh. Al. Hamadabar. Hazal. Lamawath. Sham. Anakwa. What by Salakia? Good night. These are the tongue twisters for why by Yarnwa. Good night. Verse 5. Walama. How Yathanwa. Matazarayim. Lahabaya. Athanwa. Al. Hamakwam. Harai. Hazah. La'ah. Makawam. Zarai. Watana. Wagapan. Waramawan. Wamayam. Ayan. Lashatawith. Verse 6. Wayaba'a. Masha. Aharan. Mapanya. Aquahol. Al. Pathak. Ahol. Mawa'ai. Wayapawa. Al. Panyahum. Wayara'a. Kabawad. Yahweh. Alahayim. Verse 7. Wayadabar. Yahweh. Al. Masha. La'amar. Verse 8. Last verse. Kwa. Ath. Hamata. Wa Ath. Hayada. Atha. Aharan. Akya. Slaki. Wa the bar thumb. Al. Hasalai. Layan Yahum, Wanathan, Wanathan, Mayan Yawa, Waha Watasa'af, Lahum, Mayum, Mun, Hasalai, Wahashakwaf, Ath, Ha'ida, Wa'ath, Bayram. And that's it on that. Clap it up. All right, let's get to it. All right, this is Numbers chapter 20, verse 2. And before we dive into that just a little bit, right? Last week we had touched on the story about the process of purifying yourself when you are unclean, concerning the temple, concerning the congregation, the dwelling place of the Most High, not a physical dwelling place, but more of where the Most High Spirit is established amongst this place within His nation, His people. And also, too, not only did it speak about just uncleanness, but it gave, rules. It gave, real rules that we use today. Like, for example, I mentioned COVID-19, right? COVID-19 was one of those things where the entire earth had to quarantine and separate themselves to, in order to get better, in order to, get rid of this sickness that was plaguing so many people all at once and all over the entire earth, not just one place, but in the entire earth. We have to find a way to quarantine ourselves, to make ourselves safe, so that way the sickness does not take our lives. Some people did lose their lives because of the COVID-19. Some people did not survive it. A lot of people had, complications and things of that sort. But however, the COVID-19 was one hell of a, experience. And what's so biblical about that is that when I look at situations that happen in Egypt in the Bible, as far as, people catching plagues, dealing with famine, dealing with pestilence and things of that sort, what you see is that it's happening today. It's no different. It's no different. In real time, we deal with plagues, pestilence, pandemics, you name it. It's all the same. And then when we look at how to separate yourself so that way you are not unclean in order to be clean, and you go from unclean to clean, like it's just it's so biblical. Like, it should be common knowledge to most people, but it's not. Right now we have the white man or those white people that are in power, where they just said that there was I believe monkeypox, and not monkeypox. What's that shit called? Damn, what is that called? Chicken pox. There we go. Chicken pox and the measles are back. When they were under control at one point in time, but because the rules are not being followed on how to get rid of diseases and how to keep them away, it's back. It is absolutely insane. Like diseases that were under control and under wraps and treated years ago are now back. That something is wrong. It's the same thing with the whole COVID-19. Like because of the dietary laws that tells us what we should and should not eat, we are safe. But because the other people that are surrounded, Black, Hispanic, Native Indians, the ones that are all over this earth that have some type of control, they are the ones that cause this COVID-19. Like, everybody blames China and stuff like that, which is absolutely, I get it. It's correct. But the thing about that is The only reason why COVID-19 happened is because of uncleanness when it comes to animals, just unclean animals that are not lawful for the chosen people to be eating at all. So imagine that. Like you wonder why we say you can't eat shrimp, crab, lobster, pork, this, that, and the third. It's because it carries diseases. It causes all types of issues. And COVID-19 is the proof. It's the proof of that. Cancers that, are developed in your body on the inside and the outside because of these unlawful foods. And you wonder why the Lord say we are not supposed to eat it. But I digress. I just want to say that part real quick because that's something that we had went over last week, which is very, very important to understand that everything that you think and feel, you should not trust. All right? You should listen and understand the rules of everything in life. Instead of saying like, I'm just going to live my life how I want to, you should actually investigate and see why. Why did the Most High say that we are supposed to do this thing this way and that way? Why am I not supposed to go here, but I should go there? Because maybe you will find out that it's for your best interests, your best, for your success. Maybe you will find that, you won't end up in the grave. I don't know. Anyway, Numbers chapter 20, verse 2. And there was no water for the congregation, and they gathered themselves together against Moses and against Aaron. Verse 3. And the people chode with Moses and spake, saying, Would God that we had died when our brethren died before the Lord. Verse 4. And why have ye brought up the congregation of the Lord into this wilderness, that we and our cattle should die there? Now, again, time and time again throughout Exodus up until, right now, currently in the book of Numbers, the children of Israel are, talking against Moses, talking back. They're upset. They are trying to, harass, just harass and trying to check this man, because, Moses is the one that is leading them, based on the orders of the Most High. But however, they are upset because there's no water. They going through trials and tribulations through the wilderness. You understand? Like, no one said that it was going to be easy going, leaving out of captivity. You wasn't going to have all your valuables. You may not have your valuables. Understand that we had got kicked out of Egypt once the Most High unalived the firstborn of everything of those other nations, which were the Africans. Once he did that, they wanted us out. And we left. And we left behind things. We were not comfortable. Being in the wilderness was not comfortable. But when it comes to the Most High, what do you expect? Not everything is going to be comfortable. But the Most High knows what he is doing. And as a man or a woman that you call yourself of the Lord, you should just follow and obey. And that be that. And because of this, throughout the scriptures, what we are going to see is how the children of Israel are going to be punished because of their mouth, because of their actions, because of, their tongue, just the amount of back talk against Moses and Aaron. And the Lord was not having it. At some point, the Most High is going to shut you up. All right. Let's keep going. Verse 5. And wherefore have ye made us to come out of Egypt, to bring us into the evil place? It is no place of seed, or of figs, or of vines, or of pomegranates, neither is there any water to drink. So now they're elaborating, like, look, man, like did you bring us out here to unalive ourselves, to be dead? Did you lead us out here for our own demise? Like, not only are we going to survive, but our cattle and there's no resources, there's no vines, there's no fruits, there's no vegetables, there's nothing out here for us to survive. There's no water. Let's keep going. Verse 6. And Moses and Aaron went from the presence of the assembly unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And they fell upon their faces, and the glory of the Lord appeared unto them. 7. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, verse 8, take the rod and gather thou the assembly together, thou and Aaron thy brother, and speak ye unto the rock before their eyes. And it shall give forth his water, and thou shalt bring forth to them water out of the rock. So thou shalt give the congregation and their beasts drink. Now, this is where a miracle is going to happen. The Moses and Aaron prayed to the Most High. You know what I mean? Sent the prayers to the Most High to figure out the situation on what can be done. Can we get this water? And the Most High spake to Moses and Aaron and answered. Now there's going to be there's going to be water that's going to come out of this rock, but we are going to get into that a little bit here in a second. Let's go back into the Hebrew. Hebrew just once again. All right. All right, this is Numbers chapter 20, verse 9 in the Hebrew. Wayakwa, Mashah, Af, Hamatah, Malapanya, Yahweh, Kashar, Tazawawa, verse 10, Wayakwawa, Mashah, Waharan, Af, Hakwahol, Al, Panya, Hasalai, Wayamar, Laham, Shemaiwa, Na'a, Amariah. Let's see. Haman, Hasalai, Hazah, Nawataza'ah, Lakam, Mayam. Verse 11. Wayaram, Mashah, Af, Yadwa, Yawak, Wayak, Af, Hasalai, Bamatawa, Payam, Wayatazawa, Mayam, Rabyam, Watashath, Ha'ida, so like what barrier? Verse 12. Wayamar, Yahweh, Al, Mashah, Wa'al, Aharon, Ya'ain, La'a, Ha, so like it, Ha, Amanatham, Baya, La Quad, Yashanya, La Yanya, Banya, Yasha'ala, Lakan, it's like Lakan, La'a, Tabayawa, Ath, Hakwahal, Hazah, Al, Haratazah, Ashar, Nathania, Laham. Verse 13. Hama, Maya, Marabah, Ashar, Rabwa, Banya, Yasha'ala, Af, Yahweh, Wayakodash, Bum. Verse 14. Wayashalak, Mashah, Malaakim, Makodash, Al, Malak, Adawam, Ka, Ashar, so like Amar, Akyak, Yasha'ala, Atha, Yedayeth, Ath, Kol, Hatala'a, Ashar, Matazathanwa. Verse 15, last verse. Wayaradwa. Abatayanwa. Mataza Ra'amwa. So like Mataza Yan. No, Matazari. Also like Matazarian. Wow. Wanashab. Ba Matazarian. Yum. Rabium. Wayaraiwa. Lanwa. Matazarian. Wala Aba Yatanwa. And that's it on that. Wrap it up. All right, let's keep going. Numbers chapter 20, verse 9. And Moses took the rod from before the Lord, and he commanded him. Verse 10. And Moses and Aaron gathered the congregation together before the rock, and he said unto them, Hear now, ye rebels, must we fetch you water out of this rock? Good night. And Moses lifted up his hand, and with his rod he smote the rock twice, and the water came out abundantly, and the congregation drank, and their beasts also. Verse 12. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron, because ye believed me not, to sanctify me in the eyes of the children of Israel. Therefore ye shall not bring this congregation into the land which I have given thee. Good night. So I'm going to stop right there real quick. So Moses and Aaron prayed to the Most High concerning the situation with the water. All right, because there was no water. Israel was thirsty and hungry as well. The Most High gave Moses the instructions to strike the rock in order for the water to come out of the rock. So that way the people, the congregation of Israel and the beasts, their beasts that they traveled with, can also drink. Okay? But however, because of the murmuring, the talking back, the going against Moses and Aaron, the Most High said this. Let's read it again. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron, because ye believe me not, to sanctify me in the eyes of the children of Israel. Therefore, ye shall not bring this congregation into the land which I have given thee. Verse 13. This is the water of Meribah, because the children of Israel strove with the Lord, and he was not sanctified in them. Meaning, because they did this thing, battling. Because when you think of this like this, right? When you think of it, when the man of the Lord is giving you instruction and you disobey it, you are going against the Most High, His Spirit, because the Holy Spirit is given to a man of the Lord. And in order to obtain the Holy Spirit, you have to be in obedience. You have to, use that very thing that the Lord, you have to use that very thing that the Lord has commanded and given us, which is the law, statutes, and commandments. And what comes with that is wisdom, leadership, authority, so on and so forth. And when someone doesn't recognize that there can be a lot of problems, because if you don't listen to the instructions, when it's broken down to you, given to you, you could, jam yourself up. You can end up doing something terrible, or something terrible can happen to you because of your lack of wisdom. Because wisdom would have been you listening to someone, a man that was more wiser than you, who had the answers that you need, that you don't have. All right. We all, I mean, sooner or later, I mean, we all end up listening to somebody. You're gonna have to listen to somebody or something in order to get the right instructions. So that's a whole lot of things that was going on as far as Moses in the book of Numbers. Let's see. Verse 14. And Moses sent messengers from Kadesh unto the king of Edom. Thus saith my brother Israel, thou knowest all the travail that hath befallen us. Verse 15. How our fathers went down into Egypt, and we have dwelt in Egypt a long time. And the Egyptians vexed us and our fathers. So let's stop there, all right? Let me see something here. Give me a moment. Yeah. Okay. All right. Give me 1 second here. Okay. All right. So that was it on that. Let's go back into the Hebrew. Numbers chapter 20, verse 16. Okay. All right. Numbers chapter 20, verse 16. Wanataza'at al Yahweh by Shemai Kalunwa by Shalak Mala'ak by Taza'anwa Matazarium Wahana Anakanwa Bakodash Ayar Kwataza Gabalak, verse 17. Na Abara, Na'a, Baratazak, La'a, Na Abar, Bashada, Wabakaram, Wala'a, Nashata, Maya, Bahar, Darak, Hamalak, Nalak. What's it like here? Nalak, La'a, Nata, Yum, Washama'al, Shalaki, Washama'al, I, Ashar, Nabar, Gabawalak, Gabawalak, verse 18. Wayamar, Alua, Adawam, La'a, Thaibar, Baya, Pun, Bakara, Ataza'a, La Quarathak, verse 19. Waya Amarwa, Ahoya, Banya, Yasha'ala, Ba Masala, Naila, Wa'am, Mayamya, Nashata, Anya, Wamakwan, Ya, Wanathanya, Makarum, Rock, Ayan, the bar, Baragoya, Abara. Verse 20, Wayamar La'a, Dayabar, Wayataza'a, Adawam, Salaki, La Koratha, Salaki, La Kora'ath, Na'aim, Kabad, Kabad, Wabayad, Hazaquat, verse 21. Verse 21. Waya Ma'an. Wayaman, Adawam, Nathan, Ath, Yasha'ala, Ibar, Ba-Kabawa, Wayat, Yasha'ala, Ma'awiwa. Verse 22, last verse. Wayasaiwa, Makodash, Wayaba'awa, Banya, Yasha'ala, Kol, Ha'ida, Har, Hahar. And then that's it on that. Stop it up. All right. All right. Let's see here. Give me one moment. Let me see something. Okay. Now, also, too, I do want to mention this part as well, right? So, Moses was given instruction by the Lord to speak to the rock in order to make the water come out, because the purpose of that was the Most High wanted to show his power in front of the congregation of Israel, so that way the Most High can be sanctified amongst the people. Instead, Moses, he struck the rock, so he went against the order. He went against the instruction of the Most High, which is why they will not see that land that was promised to us, and that was because of a disobeyed order. Now, another thing is this, though, right? If you're going to ask for help in anything from anyone, which, counsel is advice, but just in general, right? I mean, especially if it's wise and it's in your best interest or interest, right? If it's for you, if it helps you, if it, is something that you can actually apply, then you should do it, especially if you're speaking to a professional. Someone that's like your therapist, your counselor, your mentor, all those different things. It's best that you listen and take heed to it. Now, in this sense, Moses, he prayed to the Lord, and then the Lord told him what he needed to do, but he did what he wanted to do. He went against what the Most High said originally, and he hit the rock and struck it instead of speaking to the rock. You know what I mean? And once again, the Most High is very detailed. He wants you to do whatever he says is exactly how he wants it done. All right? No ifs, ands, or buts. Let me just, do this or change it up over here. Let's tweak this. Let's tweak that. Absolutely not. That's not how it goes. When you're given an order, you follow it as it's been said, as it's been explained to you. Otherwise, it was not done correctly. It might have been done, but not in the way that it should have been done. I pray you understand. Numbers chapter 20, verse 16. And when we cried unto the Lord, he heard our voice and sent an angel, and had brought us forth out of Egypt. And behold, we are in Kadesh, a city in the uttermost of thy border. Verse 17. Let us pass, I pray thee, through the country. We will not pass through the fields or through the vineyards. Neither will we drink of the water of the wells. We will go by the king's highway. We will not turn to the right hand or to the left until we have passed thy borders. Verse 18. And Edom said unto him, Thou shalt not pass by me, lest I come out against thee with the sword. Now this is Edom, man, and he has a sword. And he's not trying to let the children of Israel pass by. Verse 19. And the children of Israel said unto him, We will go by the highway, and if I and my cattle drink of thy water, and I will pay for it. I will only, without doing anything else, go through on my feet. And he said, Thou shalt not go through. And Edom came out against them with much people and with a strong hand. 21. Thus Edom refused to give Israel passage through his border, wherefore Israel turned away from him. 22, last verse. And the children of Israel, even the whole congregation, journeyed from Kadesh and came unto Mount Hor, or Or. All right, that's it on that. Let's keep going to the Hebrew, actually. Let's see. Okay. All right. All right, Numbers chapter 20, verse 23. Vayamar Yahweh al Mashah Wa'al Aharon Bahar Bahar Hahar al Gabawal Aratazah Adawam La Amar, verse 24. Wa'asak Aharon al Amua Kia La'a Yaba'a al Haratasa Ashar Nathania Labanya Yasha'ala al Ashar Mariatham Ath Kaya Lamya Mariapa, verse 25. Kwa Ath Aharon Wa'ath Alaizar Banwa Waha'al Atham Har Hahar, verse 26. Wahapashat Ath Aharon Ath Bagadua Wahal Wahalabash Laba Shatam. All right, Wahal Laba Shatam Ath Alaizar Banwa Wa'aharon Yasak Wamath Sham, verse 26. Wa'ya'ash Mashah Kashar Tazawa Yahweh Wa'ya'awa Al Ahor Kahar Layanya Ka'ol Ha'ida, verse 28. Vaya Kashat, Mashah, Ath, Aharon, Ath, Bagayua, Vaya Labash, Atham, Ath, Alaizar, Banya, Wayamath, Aharon, Sham, Bara'ash, Hahar, Wayarad, Mashah, Salakia, Wa Al-Izar, Mun, Hahar, verse 29, Wayara'awa, Ka'ol, Hayata, Kiyah, Gawai, Aharan, Wayabakwa, Ath, Aharan, Shalashim, Yawam, Ka'ol, Bayath, Yasha'ala. And that's it on that part. Stop it up. All right, let's keep it going. All right, this is Numbers chapter 20, verse 23. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in Mount Hor, by the coast of the land of Edom, saying, Aaron shall be gathered unto his people, for he shall not enter into the land which I have given unto the children of Israel, because ye rebelled against my word at the water of Meribah. Damn. Verse 25, take Aaron and Eleazar his son, and bring them unto Mount Hor, and strip Aaron of his garments, and put them upon Eleazar his son, and Aaron shall be gathered unto his people, and shall die there. Damn, good night. Verse 27, and Moses did as the Lord commanded, and they went up into Mount Hor in the sight of all the congregation. Verse 28, and Moses stripped Aaron of his garments, and put them up, put it upon Eleazar his son, and Aaron died there in the top of the mount. And Moses and Eleazar came down from the mount. Verse 29, and when all the congregation saw that Aaron was dead, they mourned after Aaron 30 days, even all the house of Israel. Good night. Yeah, good night. All right, so let me see. Once again, man, when it comes to serving the Most High, you gotta get yourself in line and in order. Otherwise, the Most High is going to show you what time it is. It's very, very vital that you follow each and every single law, statute, and commandment. Otherwise, you will notice, you are going to see why it's better to be on the side of the Most High instead of on the other side. It's better to be on his side versus on the other side. Meaning, you don't want to be on his bad side. Like you don't want to piss off the Most High. Because what happens is when you don't keep the law, statutes, and commandments, you start to, suffer the pain, the consequences, the punishments. You know what I mean? And sometimes it can end with your life just being, taken away from you. Sometimes you may lose someone close and dear to you. You may lose something, that you love. It'd be that money, it'd be that house, it'd be the cars, it's just them women, them children. It could be a lot of different things. The Most High is going to make sure that you hurt when you decide to offend him by your actions, by your words, by just simply not obeying what he said to do. And some people may think of it as a small thing. You just have to come into class to understand what is right and what is wrong according to the Most High. And then from there, your job in your everyday life until you either meet the grave or Christ's return is what you should be doing and what you should not be doing. And then lead by example to teach other brothers and sisters how to live their life. That's what we're all doing right here. Like we are giving each other game as far as brotherhood and sisterhood. We are teaching one another how to live life. Although we are number one in everything negative out there. We are number one in the prison systems. We are, the most likely this and the most likely that. However, there is a solution to everything in life, and it is called the Bible. However, also, furthermore, our oppressor has used our records to, use it for his own gain, his own device, his own perverted way. It's called Christianity. It's called Islam. It's called all the religions on the face of the earth. So that way you can stay being a slave to his holidays, stay being a slave to everything that makes him rich, that makes him fat and wealthy. That's all. That's really what it's all about. All right. All right. All right. So, all right. Let's see. Let's keep going. Let me see. Boom. Okay. I think. Let me see. Make sure I read that all. Okay. Okay. So let me see. Boom. Yeah, so that was everything concerning the entire chapter of Numbers chapter 20. All right, so now let's go into Numbers chapter 21. All right, verses 1 through 7 in the Hebrew. In the Hebrew. All right, Numbers chapter 21, verse 1. Waya Shemai. It's like Hakananya, Malak, Iraq, Yashab, Hanagah, Kiyah, Ba'a, Yasha'ala, Darak, Ha'atharium, Wayalakam, Bayasha'ala, Bayashab, Mamanwa, Shabya. Verse 2, Wayadabar, it's like, Wayadar, Yasha'ala, Nadar, La Yahweh, Wayamar, Nathan, Tathan, Ath, Ha'ain, Hazah, Bayadya, Waha Karam, it's like it, Waha Karamathwa, Ath, it's like Ayar Yaham. You know, that's a tongue twister. Wayashamai, Yahweh, Bakawal, Yasha'ala, Wayathan, Ath, Hakananya, Waya Haram, it's like it, Waya Karam, Athaham, Wa'ath, Ayar Yaham, Waya Kwara'a, Sham, Hamakawam, Karama, verse 4, Wayasaiwa, Mahor, it's like Mahar, Kahar, Darak, Yum, Sawak, La Sabab, Ath, Aratazar, Adawam, Watakwatazar, Watakwatazar, Napash, Ha'ain, Badarak, verse 5, Wayadabar, Ha'ain, Ba'alahayim, Waba Mashah, Lama, Ha'ayathanwa, Matazarium, Lamawath, Shalaki, Ba'matabar, Kaya, Ayan, Lakam, Wa'ayan, Mayum, Wana Pashanwa, Quataza, Balakam, Ha Qualaqua, verse 6, Bayashalak, Yahweh, Bayam, Ath, Hanakashu, Hasharapadium, Waya Nashakwa, Ath, Ha'ain, Wayamath, Ain, Rab, Mayashala. Verse 7, last verse. Waya Ba'ad, Ha'ain, Al, Mashah, Waya Marwa, Kata'anwa, Kayam, the Barwa, Bahayawa, Bayahawa, Wabak, Hatha Palo, Al, Yahweh, Bayasar, Ma'awiyan, it's like Ma'awiyawa, Ath, Hanakash, Wayatapol, Mashab, Ba'ai, Ha'ain. That's it on that. Let's clap it up. All right, good night. That was a tongue twister. All right, let's go ahead and finish this off real quick. Right. All right, Numbers chapter 21, verse 1. And when King Arad, the Canaanite, which dwelt in the south, heard tell that Israel came by the way of the spies, then he fought against Israel and took some of them prisoners. Verse 2. And Israel vowed a vow unto the Lord and said, if thou wilt indeed deliver this people into my hand, then I will utterly destroy their cities. And the Lord hearkened to the voice of Israel and delivered unto the Canaanites. And they utterly destroyed them and their cities. Good night. And he called the name of the place Hormah. And they journeyed from Mount Hor, by the way of the Red Sea, to compass the land of Edom. And the soul of the people was much discouraged because of the way. So what's happening is, again, the children of Israel, they just left captivity, and they're still being punished. And they're still being punished right now because of the disobedience that is happening towards the Lord. Now, understand this too, right? It doesn't always have to be you that makes an error and a mistake according to the Most High. The Most High would judge us as a nation, not individuals. There are certain things that happens where, like for example, you live in a household. You live in a household where you have siblings, you have cousins, there's other children around, but I'll use the example of children. There's a thing that happens to where sometimes whoever breaks that vase, whoever breaks that expensive vase, breaks glass, a table, just something around the house, that very expensive thing. And no one wants to explain or tell who is responsible. So once you're being questioned and no one says anything, then everybody's going to get the punishment. You are going to get the belt, everybody's going to get the belt. Because nobody can explain to me and tell me who is responsible for this thing. Now, or someone does confess. And then as a example, everybody is going to receive that punishment. And that's the Most High, man. And the thing is, not only did Moses go against what the Most High said to do, but even Israel were, going against the authority of the Most High. Just going against it. And because of that, the Most High, decided to punish them. That's what we're seeing right now. Verse 5, and the people spake against God and against Moses, wherefore have ye brought us out of Egypt to die in the wilderness? For there is no bread, neither is there any water, and our soul loatheth this light bread. Verse 6, and the Lord sent fiery serpents among the people, and they bit the people, and much people of Israel died. And you may be wondering again, like, why is this happening to Israel if this is God's people and he don't want them to, die? A lot of people look at the scripture where it talks about the Most High doesn't want to unalive us, right? I'm paraphrasing. I believe it's somewhere in Ezekiel or something like that, where the Most High doesn't have any pleasure in our death. However, death is necessary in some cases. Understand, the Most High is merciful. Merciful. That's one of his greatest attributes as a power over the nation of Israel, just in general, right? But however, patience does run out. And sooner or later, you have to make an example and show the people what time it is, so that way they are in order. Because of their out of order behavior, their disobedience, their mouth, their actions, the Most High gets to a point where he has to put them in place. He has to correct them. And punishment is correction. And that's what happened. The fiery serpents, man, the Most High, it is explained in ways that they are being destroyed, that they are being unalive, that they are being punished because of their disobedience, because of their mouths, because of their evil spirits, because of their wicked thoughts, because of these things that the Lord is just tired of. All right? Mercy runs out. Patience do run out at some point. And this is what we are reading once again. Verse 6, and the Lord sent fiery serpents among the people, and they bit the people, and much people of Israel died. Therefore, the people came to Moses and said, we have sinned, for we have spoken against the Lord and against thee. Pray unto the Lord that he take away the serpents from us. And Moses prayed for the people. All right. Let's see. All right. Oh, Salahi. What was it? 8. Okay. All right, let's go back into the Hebrew real quickly. Numbers chapter 21, verse 8. Wayamar, Yahweh, Al, Mashah, Ashah, Lak, Shirah, actually. Wa'ashu, Athwa, Al, Nas, Wahaya, Kol, Hanashawak, Wara'a, Athwa, Wakaya, verse 9. Waya'ach, Mashah, Nakash, Nakashath, Wayashama, Shamawa, Al, Hanas, Wahaya, Ath, Nishak, Hanakash, Ath, Ayash, Wahabayat, Al, Nakash, Hanakashath, Wakaya, verse 10. Wayasawa, Banya, Yasha'ala, Wayakanwa, Bath, verse 11. Wayasaiwa, Mayabath, Wayakanwa, Bayaya, Habarium, Bamatabar, Ashar, Al, Panya, Mawa'ab, Mamasarak, Hashamash, verse 12, Masham, Nasaiwa, Wayakanwa, Banakol, Zerad, verse 13, Masham, Nasaiwa, Wayakanwa, Mayabar, Arabawan, Ashar, Bamatabar, Ayataza, Magabawal, Ha'amaria, Kaya, Aranawan, Gabawal, Mawa'ab, Bayan, Mawa'ab, Wabayan, Ha'amaria, verse 14, last verse, Al, Kun, Yamar, Basapar, Malakamath, Yahweh, Ath, Wahab, Basawapa, Wa'ath, Hanak call you. Our in the one. And then yeah, that's it on that. Clap it up. All right, let's get back into the English. All right, Numbers chapter 21, verse 8. And the Lord said unto Moses, make thee a fiery serpent, and set it upon a pole. And it shall come to pass that every one that is bitten, when he looketh upon it, shall live. And Moses made a serpent of brass, and put it upon a pole. And it came to pass that if a serpent had bitten any man, when he beheld the serpent of brass, he lived. And the children of Israel set forward and pitched in Obeth. And they journeyed from Obeth and pitched at Ajabarim, and the children, which is before Moab, toward the sun rising. From thence they removed and pitched in the valley of Zered. 13. From thence they removed and pitched on the other side of Arnon, which is in the wilderness, that cometh out of the coast of the Amorites. For Arnon is the border of Moab, between Moab and the Amorites. Wherefore it is said in the book of wars of the Lord, what he did in the Red Sea and in the brooks of Arnon. So that's pretty much explaining Moses following the order of the serpent. Let me see, the brass serpent. All right, in order to heal, the brother Israel who was bitten by the fiery serpents. All right, just give me 1 second here. So I'm trying to see something real quick. Give me one moment. Give me oh, okay, I got you. All right. Mm-hmm. Okay. There's one part that I'm missing. Okay. Okay. All right. No sweat. No sweat. All right. So, yeah, that was it on that part. So from this they removed and pitched on the other side of Arnon, which is in the wilderness that cometh out of the coast of the Amorites. For Arnon is the border of Moab, in between Moab and the Amorites. Wherefore it is said in the book of the wars of the Lord, what he did in the Red Sea and the brooks of Arnon. All right, so now let's finish off the last 7 going into the Hebrew. All right. This is Numbers chapter 21, verse 15. Wa Ashad, Hanakalim, Ashar, Natab, Lashapath, Ar, Manashan, Lagabawal, Moab, verse 16. Wamashab, Ba'ara, Hawa'ah, Hawa'ar, Ashar, Amar, Yahweh, Lamashah, Asap, Ath, Ha'ain, Wa'athana, Lahum, Mayum. Verse 17. Az, Yashayar, Yasha'ala, Ath, Hashariyah, Haza'ath, Al, Alya, Ba'ar, Ainwa, La. Verse 18. Ba'ar. Oh, Kaparwa. Shari. Kara. Nadiyabwa. Ha'ain. Bama Kafat. Flat. All right, so like this is a little bit of a long one, a long word right here. Ba Mashanathum, Ba Mashanathum, Wa Madabar, Matana, verse 19. Wa Mamatana, it's like Wa Mamatana. Nakal Ya'al. Wanna call Ya'al. Wamat Nakal Ya'al. Bamawath, verse 20. Wa Mabawath. Hagayah, Ashar, Bashadah, Mawa'ab, Ra'ash, Pasagah, Wana Shukha, Al, Panya, Hayash Yaman, verse 21, last verse. Wayashalat, Yasha'ala, Mala'akim, Al, Sheakan, Malak, Amaria, Ha'amaria, La'amar. And then that's it on that. Let's clap it up. All right. This is Numbers chapter 21, verse 15. And at the stream of the brooks that goeth down to the dwelling of Ar and lieth upon the border of Moab. 16. And from thence they went to Beer, that is the well whereof the Lord spake unto Moses. Gather the people together, and I will give them water. Then Israel sang this song, Spring up, O well, sing ye unto it. Sound like a Negro spiritual to me. Verse 18, the princes digged the well, the nobles of the people digged it by the direction of the lawgiver with their staffs. And from the wilderness they went to Mattanah, and from Mattanah to Nahalil, from Nahalil to Bamath, and from Bamath in the valley that is in the country of Moab to the top of Pisgah, which looketh towards Jessamon. And Israel sent messengers unto Sihon, the king of the Amorites, saying, and then it stops there, all right? So far, we're seeing that how, because of disobedience, there were consequences. Aaron died. A lot of Israelites, a lot of other Israelites, or of Israel died as well because of just their mouth, their disobedience, their sin against the Lord. And although they sinned against the Lord, they spoke to Moses. Now, with all this authority that he has, they spoke to Moses to ask the Lord for some type of protection. Please talk to the Lord to give us water. Please talk to the Lord to help us stop dying from these fiery serpents. So, again, like when it comes to the law, statutes, and commandments, or better yet, when it comes to the Most High, you have to know who you are dealing with as a power. You can't be a person who thinks that you are in control when it comes to this situation. You are the creation. The Most High is the creator. The Most High is the one who established the rules. The Most High can also listen to you. But again, you have to show him, you have to show the Most High, that you are serious, that you are genuine. Like the Most High is not a genie that's just going to make something happen for you because you want it to. You have to, you know how they say a phone works both ways. Like the relationship between the Most High and us as Israelites, his creation as God's chosen people, like you have to know how this works. If you want something out of somebody, if you want anything, you got to work for it. You can't just request it and not do anything for it. If you want anything out of life, you got to work for it. If you want something out of anything, you have to work for it. When it comes to serving the Most High, it is work. He's not a genie. He's not some mythical, magical, person or being that you can just call on and he'll just make it happen for you. And he just does as you say. That's not how it works. The Most High is the one that pulls all the strings. He's the one that calls all the shots. He's the one that commands. He's the one that says do this and do that. He is the one that has things established. All right? The Most High is the Father, and you are the children. And we all have to play our role and know what our role is in order for us to make this thing work. If we want the Most High, who is our power, to end our suffering, to end our pain, then we have to show the Most High that it is worth doing so. All right? Understand that the Most High, we waiting on him. Are we waiting on Christ when, no, it's the other way around. He's waiting on you to get your ish together. He's waiting on you to get your shit together. Simple as that. He's waiting for you to stop the drugs. He's waiting for you to stop being a promiscuous woman or a whoremonger. He's ready for you to stop, kissing the white man's behind when it comes to politics, when it comes to, want to fit in society, wanted to be like them. He's waiting for you to be who he called you to be, which is a man and woman of the Lord, of him. It says the Most High is a man of war. That's Exodus 15:3. It says that he doesn't want any sodomites or whores of the sons and daughters of Israel. He don't want any of that. He wants you to be perfect according to the laws, according to the statutes, according to the commandments. It's the very thing that Christ reiterated when he said, be perfect. You know what I mean? All right, so with that being said, I imagine, which means to stand. All right. Okay. All right, again, I imagine you finding up done, which means to rise and face the east. We are going to get into the Lord's Prayer. All right. All right, this is the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shukah, Yahweh, Malakwatha, Taba'ah, Ratasaka, Hayah, Asha, Baratisa, Kawah, Hayah, Bashemayim, Nathalanawa, Lakam, Call Yawam, Wasalakanawa, Kawatanawa, Kasalakanawa, Kawatinawa, Wala'ah, Taba'ayanawa, Banasayawan, Nepal, Hawashainawa, Mayan, Rai, Kayah, Lakah, Hamalakwa, Wa'ala, Wa'ataparah, La'alamyan, Aman. In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, Yahweh. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever, so be it. Amen. Akak, the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, Babakashah, Nathalanaw, Akak, Lar Pa'ah, Kal Makalah. We'll call Madawa Hakak, that's a hard, Hamatazari Makak, Lahakim, Hamathi Makak, Arakawath, Hatama'ala, Lagarsha, Bashim Yahweh Shai, Duwaraman. In the English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits to cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you, so be it. Bless Israel. In the Hebrew, Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh Shai, Barak Tanawa, Washa'ala, Wahabayat, Sapari, Barak, Bashim Yahweh Shai, Duwaraman. In the English, what we just said was, Lord, in the name of Yahweh Shai, bless the lost of Israel in the school. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you, so be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayanya, Ahari, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Azariah, Ma'ayim, Yahweh. Asha, Shemayim, Waratasa, Ayathan, Lamawat, Rugalka, Ayanawam, La'a, Yanawam, Bala'a, Yayashan, Shawamar, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazarka, Ayad, Yamyaka, Yawamam, Hashemash, La'a, Yakaka, Wayarak, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makor Ra, Yashamar, Akmapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Tada'atka, Wawaka, Mayatha, Wa'ai, Awulam. Psalms 121 in the English, I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help comes from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord shall shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in, from this time forth and even forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, Adam Yalaka, Ada Karach, Wa'ada Shakwa, O Kayahana, Awabika, Yahamayawan, Ra'ash, Al Amaka, Yarayan, Sawada, Wayata Yatazawa, Alta the Pawanyaka, Amara, Lakawa, Manakaki Dam, Magoya, Wala Ayasakar, Shamyasha Allah, Iwada Kaya, Nawatazawa, Laba, Ikadwa, Ayaka, Barias, Yakawatha. Ahoya Adawam, Waya Shaba Aliyam, Mawa Awa, Gari, Gabal, Wanawan, Wamalak, Palashaf, Amishabia, Tazawar, Gam Ashawar, Nalawa, Imam, Hayawat, Sarai, Labanya Lawat, Salah, Ashalaham, Tamatyan, Kasiyasa Ra'a, Kiyabi, Banako, Kuyashwa, Nashamatwa, Bayanda Aura, Hayawa, Daman, La Adama, Shatamba, Nada Ya Mawa, Kaira, Ukazabak, Ukazor Manai, Karnasi Akumwa, Ashar, Amaru, Narasha, Lanawa, Afna Awa, Alahayim, Alahaya, Shatamba, Kagogala, Kakwash, Lapani Ravaka, Kaash, Tabaria Ira, Wakalaba, Dalahat, Hariam, Khan, Darbatma, Basarika, Wabasu Pathka, Dalaham, Mala'a, Panyaham, Kwalawan, Wayapakwashwa, Shaka, Yahawah, Ibashwa, Wayapahova, Ayai, Waya Kapara, Waya Abadwa, Waya Daiwa, Kaya Athash, Ka, Yahweh, Labatka, Al Yuan, Al Kaharapaza. Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thy enemies make us remote, and they that hate thee are lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off and be a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Garians, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines with the habits of Tyre. Ashur also joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot, Salah, doing to them as to the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kisan, which pairs at Endor. They became as dung for the earth, making noise like a rib, and like Zeb, yea, are the princes as Zabah, and as Amunah, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession, O my power. Make them like the wheel as a stubble before the wind, as the fire burns the wood, and as the flames set the mouths on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame that they may seek thy name, O Lord. Let us be confounded in trouble forever, yea. Let us be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. All right. ISUPK power structures. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth and all things living, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai. Listen to us now, right now. Send evils and curses, the punishment and destruction to the heathen, the shake to the heathen that speak against us, thy prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests. There's like brothers in the school, send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the heathen, and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel that refuse to get to the school. Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary. Send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the Edomites, and the nations, and the drug dealers, the court system, the prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, Positivism, the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, works of witchcraft, United Space Programs, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street, open up the internet and the airwaves, cable access channels, and the radio channels. Convict the spirit in thy people that seek to stop us, and bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way, but try to stop us broadcast your words throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plague shake the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahweh Shai, Michael, and Gabriel come down with flying saucers and punish all the heathens that come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all that is the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you always, so be it. All right, Sar, wish me to turn. All right. All right, there we go. All right, courtesy salute for the men of Israel. All right. Ahmad Shabbat, Imagine, Rock, Yahweh Shemiah Shabrakatah, Yalta, hands to your side, Sar, which means to turn to the sisters, courtesy salute, Mene Israel, Ahmad Shabbat, Imagine, Barak, Yahweh Shamar Allah Ba Shemiah Shai, Yamata, class dismissed. All right, shalom, Israel.
The ISUPK presents the Lord's 57th Annual Passover, April 4th, 2026 in Houston, Texas. You do not want to miss this one, Israel. Shalom.